everybody. Welcome back to Cricket Tracker special show in the air with me, Navedna Prabhu. India has managed to win the first T20I against West Indies by 6 wickets. थोड़े से performances काफी उम्दा थे, couple of performances not living up to the mark. We will get into all of that discussion. लेकिन let me call on Gauri joining me back in the studio. उनके हिसाब से what she thought about the first T20I. Gauri, welcome back. You of course predicted that they were going to win this one, but again, we're looking at the fact that the top order failed and the onus is on the younger ones to step up.
I think top order in particular, like Rohit Sharma, provided a very good start. I mean, had it not been for his 40 and that too at a strike rate of such a good strike rate, I mean, he manages 40 in 19 balls. So I think that was quite a good start. Along with that, Ishan Kishan also managing 35. I think he was not playing with that strike rate, but bringing in that, vital contribution at the top matters a lot. Then in the middle order, you can say batters failed and all. Again, that Virat Kohli not able to perform to that limit and all that stuff. Again, the onus came on the youngsters, or definitely, and I think they shined on the occasion too. I mean, Surya Kumar Yadav being unbeaten, and then Ishan Kishan. Venkatesh Iyer as well. So I think that was quite a good thing for us to see. Not seeing, on the bitter part that middle order not performing on something like that. Younger stepping up is also a good thing for us. Keeping in mind that we have the T20 World Cup coming up.
Yeah, and I think that is a trend that we've been seeing. वो Sri Lanka India series में भी हमने देखा how Deepak Chahar had pretty much stepped up. Although everybody would say that it was the second string team that went. Anyway, coming back to what happened in today's, take a look at the scorecard to tell everybody what really panned out at the end of the day. Pooran, of course, contributing that 61 vital runs for the West Indies side, but we will get talking about Ravi Bishnoi. That quite a start in terms of his spell and the opportunity here. Dusri taraf, of course, like Gauri said, Rohit Sharma did contribute that 40 runs, and Roston Chase, of course, getting 2 for 14. So we'll come to that first. Let's take a look at Roston Chase as well as Ishan Kishan's performance today to see what they kind of contributed for the respective teams. Yahan pe 2 wickets in 4 overs, an economy of 3.50. Can we also take a look at Ishan Kishan's performance? 35 runs, 4 fours, and like Gauri pointed out, that he also managed to contribute well. A quick word on Roston Chase, Gauri.
I think Roston Chase definitely, even when the West Indies are losing the match, I think if there is one bowler who stands out, so I think Roston Chase ka hi naam hoga, because getting those two crucial wickets, and that too not leaking runs as much. I mean, he managed quite a good economy, so I think Roston Chase will be definitely the one bowler who's to be lauded for the day, I believe. And jahan tak aap Ishan Kishan ki baat kare, definitely the contribution was vital, but again, going by that, he was not managing that strike rate, which is definitely required in a T20s match.
Okay, so that is of course हमारा जो verdict है Cricket Tracker पे. आप सबको क्या लगता है? Were you disappointed with any performances? Let's not get into that whole conversation of the Kohli and the 100. That I think will keep going on. उसके अलावा, if you guys have any analysis and predictions for the second T20, would you make some changes for both the teams? Do you think it's an ideal playing 11? आपका क्या कहना है? मुझे comment section में बताइए. Continue to talk about some really good performances. I think the star, in a way, of course, we'll come to the batters, but the bowler here from the Indian aspect has to be Ravi Bishnoi. Quite a start that he's had. 2 wickets, economy of 4.20, 17 runs and 4 overs. What is it about his technique? He's also had, if you compare it to, I think, that little bit of a rise that he had last year in the, Indian T20 League, and to be looking at his journey, Gauri, how do you summarize that?
I think definitely when you perform with a certain level at Indian T20 League, selectors is always looking out for you so that you can step up and perform in the international team as well. So I think जब आपको debut मिलना चाहिए, when you get the cap, you should be really performing and stepping on the occasion. Given that the youngsters got chance today, and when a spin, India has always been on the conditions where spin friendly pitches are there. Being a leg spinner is always going to be जब आप leg spinner की capacity से खेलते हो, तो India is always on a lookout for such quality spinners, especially leg spinners. तो आई थिंक एक लेग स्पिनर का कंट्रीब्यूशन बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ जाता है, खासकर इंडियन सब कॉन्टिनेंट कंडीशंस में. तो आई थिंक पिचिंग इन दैट, गिविंग 2 wickets also not he is not leaking too many runs, and that 2 wickets came in a single over only. So I think everything is just the cherry on the cake for him today.
Okay, आप सबको क्या लगा about Ravi's performance? Let me know. I'm sure a lot of fans from Punjab Kings might be a little disappointed, but he's also got another opportunity now. So tell me in the comment section what you thought about that. I see a lot of comments saying congratulations to Team India and it's a great victory. Talking about another performance from Team India will have to be Harshal Patel. It's also made a lot of money during the auction. Let's find out. Yeah, pay 4 overs, mein 2 wicket with an economy which is quite expensive. How do you look at that?
I mean,
Is
definitely, when you talk of T20Is, this economy over 9 is definitely not acceptable. When you talk of T20Is game, I think Indian
yeah,
T20 लीग में जिस हिसाब से परफॉर्म किया है, पर्पल कैप रह चुके हैं, तो आई थिंक एक्सपेक्टेशंस वहाँ से बढ़ जाती हैं. जितने ब्रीफ करियर अभी इंडिया के साथ रहा है उसमें भी अच्छा परफॉर्म किया है. तो आई थिंक नॉट जस्ट टेकिंग टुडेज मैच इन पर्सपेक्टिव, आई थिंक लॉन्ग रन पर्सपेक्टिव में ही इज गोना बी अ ग्रेट एसेट फॉर इंडिया.
yeah, all RCB fans looking at that particular number is like, Bhagwan, ye mat kara do in the upcoming, season. That's all we want. Coming back to
Right.
the skipper, Indian skipper Rohit Sharma, who, of course, we've already spoken about that, but let's just show all of you a quick, viewpoint over there of him having, smashed those 3 6s and 4 4s. Let's also quickly move on to Nicholas Pooran, who really stepped up for the West Indies side. 61, 4 4s, 6 6s, 5 6s. Sorry. I'm pretty sure now when he went for the amount that he did in the mega auction, everyone was like, "What is this? Why is he, gone for this amount?" Because of course he had a very hot and cold previous Indian T20 league. लेकिन जैसे हम
Right.
अगर चल गए तो शाम तक, right? So if this is going to be his form, I think that would be, of course, this is in a losing cause. But coming back to his performance today, I think if it was not for a 61, I think West Indies would have been somewhere else, right, Gauri?
राइट आई थिंक जो स्टार्टिंग में एक दे दिया था, मतलब एक स्टार्ट दे दिया था निकोलस पुराना, इट वाज बिकॉज ऑफ हिम दैट दे वर एबल टू स्कोर एज मच दे पुट ऑन दैट बोर्ड. आई थिंक वो नहीं होता तो इतना कोई खास परफॉर्मेंस नहीं था वेस्ट इंडीज के साइड से विच वुड हैव प्रोपेल्ड देम टू पुट दैट मच स्कोर ऑन द बोर्ड. आई थिंक निकोलस पुराना, जैसे आपने बात की, इंडियन T20 लीग में लास्ट ईयर इतना परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा नहीं रहा था. इवन देन हिज फ्रेंचाइजी वाज गिविंग हिम अ लॉन्ग रोप, बट
Right.
गिवन दैट इस उसके चलते के अटैकिंग बैटर के नाम से हमेशा जाने जाते हैं. So I think because of that, he has gone for that much amount in auction. So I think franchises are showing interest in him and all that. So he'll be performing well, I believe.
Okay, everyone's making a note of that. But dusri taraf, two people who definitely gave the game a different twist and wanted to finish it like they were hungry and just had to leave for the day had to be Surya Kumar Yadav and Venkatesh Iyer. Let's take a look as to how they performed. Yahan par 34 runs. Not out. We apologize for that bit. And Venkatesh Iyer as well, if we could take a look, that would be 24 runs not out again. We have been talking a lot about their individual performances, but Gauri, coming to you, the whole aspect of it has been long since we've seen that particular role of a finisher in the Indian, team. I mean, there was a time when
Right.
that name was synonym with Dhoni. But how do you look at it now? Are we looking at new people stepping in and filling that place? What is your
I
take?
think जब से धोनी ने वो प्लेस वेकेंट किया है या वो वॉइड इंडियन टीम में आई है, पीपल हैव बीन लुकिंग फॉर अ लॉट ऑफ ऑल राउंडर्स और फिनिशर्स फॉर दैट मैटर इन द इंडियन सेटअप. आई थिंक हार्दिक पांड्या वाज वन ऑफ देम हु वाज फिनिशिंग गेम्स वेल फॉर इंडिया फॉर क्वाइट अ बिट ऑफ टाइम, बट एवर सिंस ही इज नॉट bowling and preparing him for a better body and all that stuff, he is not in the Indian setup. So Indian
Right.
team is always looking for a finisher, and that too also bowling all rounder is a very much needed thing in the Indian setup. Venkatesh Iyer being that only bowling all rounder, and so I think his importance has already been so much. And if he can finish games for India like in this manner, obviously Surya Kumar Yadav is a proven performer. Venkatesh Iyer is someone who's just cementing his place and all that stuff. So I think if he's able to perform and live up to those expectations, it will be good for him going forward.
Talking about the number 4 place has been, there was a little bit of conversation ki kisko, play karenge. Now, is there a tussle between, is it a headache for the management to decide between a consistent performer, even like Shreyas Iyer, and already
Hmm.
consistent person like Surya Kumar Yadav? What is your take? Was there a lot of mixed reaction to see that, he's not getting the opportunities, or is it just the kind of playing 11 that they went for today?
I mean, that's a really, I mean, that question is really, you have to be, I mean, when you are talking about side, like I said in the, earlier also, like when you are choosing a side of 11, you have to be, first of all, you have to be very balanced side. Then you have to also look for that you are giving opportunities at the start, like you went for Ravi Bishnoi today. At once, you cannot be giving opportunities and then also having a balanced side, right? Like you have been given opportunities to 4 5 many people, and then you we wish to have a balanced side also. So I think the side that India went for today was quite a balanced side, and that has already fetched them victory. So
Okay.
saying that, yeah, Shreyas Iyer not coming in at 4, or Surya Kumar Yadav for that matter playing at that place, so I think that's not a quite a bit of discussion should be about this. When his chance should come, he should perform and step up for the team. And if Surya Kumar Yadav is cementing his place at that particular point, and that he's doing pretty well, so I think Indian selectors would not like to disturb this winning combination going into the second T20. That's what I believe.
Okay. Okay, what do you all think? Tell me that in the comment section. I've already asked you कि आप सबको क्या लगता है what the playing 11 should be. Till you all type and let Gauri and me know. We'll move on to social tracker to find out कि वहाँ पे ऐसी कौन सी tweets चल रहा है. Only both of us are hoping कि कोहली की century के बारे में कुछ discussion ना हो. Not because we like Kohli, but we know how that's been, right? Riyan Parag, 52, 58, 50 is average, by the way. Okay. We know who he's referring to. Many congratulations, Ravi Bishnoi, for your first wicket at the highest level for Team India. Many more to come. Badrinath having tweeted, like Team India, decision to play 2 wrist spinners in these conditions. Okay, Roe Eden Gardens, an eternal love story. How do you rate Roe's striking innings of 40 out of 90? Yeah, सब मुझे बताइए comments में. Garda macha diya Bishnoi Saab, a dream start for Ravi Bishnoi in international cricket. 4017.
Definitely.
Okay. And of course, who better than the Lucknow Super Giants to be happy about this performance? Lekin, before we wrap up, Gauri, in terms of the combination, of course, we'll have to wait and watch what they go for. But where do you think, before we wrap up, West Indies is probably not like, stepping up in terms of the game as well. Even, Pollard's performance has been quite average compared to the kind of Pollard show that we, expect. Or what do you think is not coming together for them?
I think for West Indies, if you talk about the something that is not coming together for them is the collective effort, I believe. Because if one person performing for the team, 2% performing for the team is not going to give you, match winning things. If just Nicholas Puran for that matter performed today, in bowlers toss and chase. But for India, if you are seeing Ishan Kishan also, pitching in, Rohit Sharma also pitching in, then at the end you are seeing Surya Kumar Yadav, Venkatesh Iyer also doing. So collective effort has to be the thing, and that should be West Indies. I mean, and this is the thing where they are lacking, I believe.
Okay, so is West Indies going to come up with a collective performance? We will have to wait and watch in the second T20I. But for that, of course, we will be back once again on Trick Tracker's special show In the Air. Na bhuliega to join all of us. Until then, of course, from both Gauri and me, good night, take care, and stay safe.